Happy Thursday morning from my client doing deadlifts. Here she is warming up. We did deadlifts during the workout too, but here she is still doing her warm-ups, and then she ended up getting 3 at 195 pounds, and her best one is 205, so we're going to break that one here soon. Then we did a deadlift slash what did we do? Oh, abmat sit-ups and rowing workout. She kicks some butt. Thank you for always letting me show off my client.
All right, it's 2:13 p.m. I'm just now getting on the bike because I've been doing some other things. Plus, I was super tired this morning, so I went back to sleep, which was always a bad idea. Well, good idea for restfulness, bad idea for getting things done. So now we are on the bike, got a 2-hour ride. This is the workout that has the varying, why can't I think of the word? It has varying RPM. Yes, I had to go look at that because my brain is slow right now and I couldn't think of the word. So varying RPMs in it, some high, really high, and some really low RPMs, aka a leg killer, but at least I don't have a run after, so let's get this going. Once it comes up, I'll take a video of the workout. High RPM to low RPM stuff is so friggin' hard. I was doing 105 RPM for like 200 plus watts, and then low RPM for recovery. And now I'm on low RPM 10 minutes at 165 watts, 60 to 65 RPM. I can't believe I used to bike like this just because I didn't know how to get wattage. This sucks. Feels like I'm going uphill. I know that's the point. Low RPM sucks. My legs are mad, but in a good way. There's flies. I'm over summer because of flies and the heat and sweat and foggy foam. There, that's a little clearer. How you guys doing? I got 40 minutes left. I don't think I have any more RPM work, but I'm not certain. I'll check in with you at the end.
So all I had on this Thursday was that 2-hour ride. I know that's kind of funny to say. I just had a 2-hour ride. Just 2-hour ride, just casually getting 35 miles in on the trainer. With that being said, though, I thought I would talk about time management and how to fit it all in. I am a bad person for that advice. I will tell you that for sure. But someone has asked, and I obviously do fit it all in. The thing is that I am right now privileged to be a stay-at-home dog mom slash stepmom slash I have a client that I train, but other than that, I have some time. But that's not always a good thing. I think that those of you out there with less time than me can probably manage training better because you're going to have to stick to a schedule. And that's the thing with having time, is that you think you have time and then all of a sudden 3 hours has passed and you're like, what did I do? I know I was cleaning the kitchen and doing the laundry and answering questions for the teenager and editing, and all of a sudden 3 hours has passed and I haven't got my training in yet and it's too hot outside or whatever it may be. So don't think because you don't have a lot of time that you have it worse, because sometimes having a set schedule will put in your mind that you have to do things. Now, what I'll remind people of all of the time if you're training for a full Ironman is that it takes a lot of time. 140 miles on your body doesn't just come by going and training a couple hours a week. I am a 10 to 12 hour trainer. Training time during off season, somewhere in that area, and it peaks up to 14-20 hours a week during when I'm ramping up to a race. Think about where you have those hours, and you can't account just for those training hours. So 14 to 20 hours is the actual moving time I'm swimming, biking, or running. That doesn't account for the extra laundry you have to do, the extra eating you have to do, your commute to and from the pool, your commute if you want to go run or bike somewhere differently than right out your front door, your time in cleaning, maintaining your bike and yourself. It doesn't account for all of that extra time that you put into, let alone the hours you spend reading forums and Facebook posts and stuff about triathlon and Ironman. But that comes with that time management and knowing that you might not have time, so you better get to it. Anyways, you can do that while you're on the trainer on a long ride. Anyways, you got to account for that extra time. So count for the other things that you have to do. In the end, you have to remember, if you have a goal that you want to do something, it has to bring you joy, and that is the main thing. If it's not bringing you joy, there's no point. If you can't find the joy in the training and the excitement leading up to a race, then don't do it just to do it or to have a check mark. Make sure you're finding joy in whatever you're doing, and that's the most important part, because if you're having fun, you can get away with the limited amount of training and finish an Ironman or finish your first sprint triathlon. You can do it, because that joy and mental capacity that you'll have from that joy will bring you through it. Now, I always talk about, people talk about, well, should you do an Ironman as your very first triathlon? Probably not. Some people do it and it's feasible, and there's athletic people out there that can jump right into that. 10, 12 years ago, I was doing smaller triathlons. I worked my way up to a half Ironman distance, and then I didn't do anything swim, bike, run. I ran a little bit, swam for fun, but nothing actual workout for 10 years. I did lifting, a little bit of cardio, and Spartan races for 10 years. And then I got back into triathlon again, and I did an Ironman as my first triathlon back after 10 years. So it is possible if you have that base of other things. And like I said, you just have to realize when it comes to a full Ironman, it is a lot of time. There are many Saturdays that I rather not be up at 5:30 in the morning getting my bike together, getting myself together to get out the door for a 4 or 5 hour ride, because I'd rather be on the couch cuddling and watching TV. But I find joy in both of those things. I have a goal, and my goal is making me happier. So I'm okay with making that happen. But you have to realize you're going to give up some things, and some of those things might be late nights. I on average get 7 hours of sleep, 6.5 to 7 hours. Rarely ever get an 8 hour night of sleep, but hubby and I are of the older generation now. He's got 6 years on me, but we're not going out and partying anymore. So if that's on your list of things for full Ironman, it's gonna be tough. Sometimes when you don't have triathlon friends, you don't socialize as much. We don't socialize a whole lot. We get over to our friends that have babies and visit and cook out with them once a month, or, make sure we get a coffee or whatever, or lunch or dinner with friends. But you're doing a lot of other things, so just realize that some of that socialization, especially during peak training, like if you have a fall race, that for me is like summer, so like socialization and certifications go away, but that's okay, because we've turned our races into vacation. Like my hubby has a 70.3 coming up. It's in Washington. Neither of us have been in this area of Washington before, so we're turning it into a mini vacation. He's going to do his race. We're going to explore the area. I'm hopefully going to take them to Multnomah Falls, because that's one of my favorite places that I've been to, and neither of them have been, so that's another thing. You can turn your races into your vacations, and that's kind of our goal here on out for sure. So I thought it would just be fun to share a little bit of my insight on time management, which I'm terrible at. You'll find me scrolling a lot, and a lot of spending time editing and extra time editing and trying to figure out the best way to get this face out there. But you can do it. And like I said, if you do have a loaded schedule, it doesn't make it harder than someone that doesn't have a loaded schedule. I promise you it will make it easier because you'll find that time to fit in what you want to bring you joy. So that's all for the week. We are through Thursday, and I will get you my Friday, Saturday, Sunday one on Monday. I'm keep on throwing things at you. I struggle with the short form, but I'm going to get back to it here soon because I know it helps get seen. Speaking of seen, if you're here and watching this, can you press that subscribe, like, and comment? It helps in this world. My goal is to have 140,000 followers one day for the 140-mile races that I do. So I thought that would be really cool to line up with that. So help me out. Press that subscribe. Don't let your I want to's turn into I can'ts. I love you, and I'll check in with you soon.